Everybody, it's Invictus. Time to know that you can run here the Binding of Isaac Victor Repentance Plus series. Happy Tuesday, Mosh Pit. I hope you all had a fantastic start to your Thanksgiving week here. We are waiting for another video across 2,000 likes, although a couple of them are very, very, very close. So I'm keeping an eye on them as we get towards the holiday. And yes, we will be doing an episode on Thursday. So we always do a Thanksgiving episode. Should be a lot of fun. Thank you all very much for the support. As always, is your meme of the day / Mosh Pet of the day. It's just the invasion of the cats, I guess, because this one sent in this time around by Nincore 3D. Title thread was even more Mosh Pets. And then in the thread, they said it's a bit tricky to capture him and a screen at the same photo. Arsony loves watching Invictus Isaac videos from my laps. He's not so interested in other stuff I watch, but at least he has good taste in games. I don't know how the videos managed to just maintain my all cats love me, even though I dislike cats through a digital medium, but I don't know why, man. Cats just love me. Thank you very much, Nincore, and also Arsony. Charlie 38 Mike, Foxtrot Charlie Sierra November. We've got the Necronomicon Spider Bite, or not Spider Bite, Spider Babby. Every time we get hit, we will be doing a it's like a summon, or I don't know, a retaliatory spider. I'm not sure what to call it. Brown Cap also makes poop explode, which can be good in certain situations, but it's one of those items that I tend to and always forget that I have, and I just simply don't mess with it because I am going to hit myself eventually. Be nice to have a bomb in there. I am going to use Necronomicon in here just because this room, particularly speaking in the early goings, can be quite annoying with the Psyhorfs, especially if we don't have a lot of damage, which we do. Our stats, once again, have been pretty good the last couple of episodes, so surprisingly good start here to a November run. I'm telling you, man, November is poised to make a run towards the end. Headed towards Thanksgiving, everybody's feasting. I know I'm going to be feasting. I know the European fans are probably sick of me talking about Thanksgiving over and over again, but you have to understand how happy it makes me. It's one of those it's one of those days of the year where I'm just happy. I get to eat Mom Invictus food. We get to watch football, spend time with with family and everything like that, and just I'm in it mainly for the eating. I'm just gonna say it right now. I'm there to eat. Ain't no time to BS. We gotta eat. 4 bombs here means that we can get all 4 of these chests. Not sure if we need to, but I'm gonna use 3 of them. We'll save the last one for the boss. We got High Priestess. Now we don't need one. Hangman card means that we can get the other chests for free. And we get one of our bombs back on a refund. Look at that. Look at that. Here we go. Yeah, we're gonna keep up with the High Priestess card, and we should be able to diggity dunk the boss. Secret room, I don't know if it's there. It looks like it is, but it's hard to tell. It could be also south of that long room before the square room. And yeah, we're just gonna do this. Pop. There we go. Took longer to kill the ads than old Dookie. So good start. Really good start. Well, okay. Now it went from really good start to just decent start. Going on, last week's question of the episode coming in from TJ Hardy. We said, question of the day, would you ever consider starting a new save file and beating the game all over again? I'm curious how long it would take you, and personally, I think it would be cool to see. Well, TJ, you're not alone, because that is one of, if not the most requested feature of the channel, is to start a new save file. And I turned it into a sub-goal. Somebody already responded to it in there, but to reiterate, I think that it's a worthy sub goal to do because A, it spurs interest in the channel, and B, it's something I really don't want to do. So if I'm gonna do a fresh save file and just delete this save file, then the price is 500,000 YouTube subs. Now I realize that some people may think, well, you got some people who may not want to see that happen. But I will confidently say that I believe there are more people who want to see a fresh save file, more so than the people who would get upset that it's just that the streak file has been reset. So I understand definitely, and ooh, that's interesting. Okay, and we got Esau Jr. here. Okay. Now, hang on now. I do know that people would love to see that. And it's just, as everybody knows, I'm not someone who does something just because a lot of people want me to do it. I want to, if I do something, it's because I want to do it. But I also would like to hit 500,000 subs next year. So if we get there, then it's going to happen. A deal is a deal, and I will delete this save file and just start a brand new one. Other people have suggested in the past, hey, why not just delete the other save file, the old streak save file? Even though I kind of just keep it around as a sort of a trophy. It reminds me of the good times of Afterbirth Plus and everything. But there's literally no reason for me to do it other than sentimental value. And we're definitely gonna get hit in here. See if we can sneak a soul heart out of this. We won't be able to take a devil deal at this rate, but honestly, with the way the devil deals have been going, I think Stanley needs a little bit of a timeout. Let's go back and see what we have in the shop. And yep, shops, everybody. If there's multiple keys in here, maybe take a run at. We could take a run at the mega chest, but it always feels like a bad investment. I don't like to do bad investments. So the only way that we can even remotely consider a devil deal here is if we get an HP upgrade from Judgment, which he is not going to do. Now he's going to give me just enough keys to bait me and go into the mega chest, and then I won't get anything, and then everyone's just going to be mad. Okay, well, we'll get the compass. I don't believe, man. I really don't believe that we're going to see a mega chest payout, but I do want to see what Esau Jr. gives us. Because that kind of piqued my interest. And if we're seeing Esau Jr. this early on, that means that's some kind of signal flag that the game's giving. I know it sounds stupid, but tell me, seriously, from how long you've watched me play this game, you're telling me that you're telling me that everything just happens to be a coincidence here? I mean, there are signs. You become an Isaac Whisperer after a certain amount of disappointment. So let's see if we get an HP upgrade. If we do not, I'll make this deal. If we don't get an HP upgrade here, I'm not going in the devil deal. We'll just go angel deals for the time being. But it's really kind of disheartening how bad the devil deals have been lately. So, you know, it's the only reason, the main reason why I don't want to do a fresh save file. Oh, deal's a deal here. Yep. We cannot take Incubus. I wish we could. If we switch to Esau Jr. now, I feel like we're also kind of limiting his ability, so I'm just going to pass, even though I really don't want to. And the Incubus would have been amazing for the start here, so. But, what can you do? Let's see if there's any poop that we can go back and break. But the main reason why I don't want to do a fresh save file is just because the unlocking process of Repentance Plus or Repentance in general was so unfun that I really don't want to make it an unenjoyable experience for people. You know how, as for better or for worse, I always tell it like it is and how I'm feeling. And with some restraint, obviously, but I think it's important to convey real emotions on YouTube these days. And I know that I'm not going to enjoy part of the process anyway. So if we cross 500,000 subs, then hey, almost everyone gets what they want. Okay, so we have Astral Plane here, which we could get with Esau Jr., but again, that's still really kind of unnecessary right now. With Esau Jr., you only get one and one chance only to define what items he gets. So if you don't know what Esau Jr. is, it's an active item that turns you into an extra bonus character who is not on the roster named Esau Jr. It's not related to Jacob and Esau in any way other than name. And Esau Jr. gains items based on your current character's items that you've already gathered on your main character. And once you do so, once you hit the spacebar, Esau Jr. will get a build. You have no control or clue of what it is other than the item pool that you take the items from in the previous run, and that's it. So for every item that you get, it's basically like an in-item genesis. Every item produces, I believe, 3 items for Esau Jr. or 2 items or something like that. It translates to one item to multiple items per item you have on, let's say, Eden for this example. So the strat that I always go for when popping Esau Jr. is wait until the last possible second for me to get as many items as possible, and then use that as Genesis fodder essentially, and turn it into Esau Jr. just to see what kind of build we have, and then go from there. Now, another benefit of Esau Jr. is the fact that you have 2 versions of Isaac in the same run. So you, technically speaking, have a second chance to get an extra life bar out of there. Let's say, for example, we're fighting on Eden, and then something really bad happens, and we're on death's door, right? We have an empty bone heart, no way to fill it. We're screwed. Esau Jr. allows us to turn into Esau Jr., which he has his own separate health bar. So in an emergency, you can bail yourself out and switch to Esau Jr., who, by the way, also has native flying as well. So it's a good item. It really is an interesting item, and I wish we see more of that type of items in Repentance. But you know, Esau is an unsung hero in a lot of situations, just because of that native flying. Because the items you get are totally random. They're only influenced by the pools that you get your previous items from. Like in this case on Eden, if we had gotten a bunch of Devil Deals, he'll also have a couple of Devil Deal items on him. Not Devil Deals, but actually take Devil Deal items. And it's just a neat item overall, and one that doesn't get enough credit for what it actually does. Ugh. Now, there are cases where I won't take items even in an Esau Jr. situation, Bumbo being one of them, because Bumbo is horrible. Pull off the gas here for a second because our damage is not high enough to quite blow these bombs yet. Wow, that was a perfect cross shot there. Luckily, it didn't damage us too bad because we have the bone heart. But you gotta know when to pull off the gas whenever it comes to your DPS. Controlling your outgoing DPS is a staple of what I preach every single episode, pretty much, on this series. So many people just blindly just start shooting and just keep shooting and firing, and that's how I see newer or new-ish players get hit. They put themselves in a bad situation. They go into a corner. They have a bomb fly coming at them, and then they freak out like, "Oh my God, I don't know what's going on." And then next thing you know, it's all bad. I have a phone call. I have to take this. I'll explain in a moment. Apologies about this, everybody. All right, sorry about that, everybody. We've had some really bad weather in the area, and Papa Victor called me. So I was concerned because it's been bad lately around here. Whenever I see a winter storm, not ice, by the way, I always hope that we're getting some cooler weather, but lately it's just been, oh, that's so good. Lately it's just been just really bad thunderstorms. For November. I mean, welcome to the South, right? But still, it always is kind of a bummer when it's like, oh man, maybe we'll get a cold front. Nope. No. Oh wow. Here we go. So we are gaining items here. It is worth us using a bomb here to get 6 cents, as this will pay for a premium item in the shop now. Oh wow, we actually got all 7 of them. Never thought about the bomb actually reaching the other side. So anyway, he doesn't usually call me at this time, so I needed to make sure he was okay. I thought maybe the power had gone out over there or something, but didn't. But this is lined up too perfectly for us to get a half-price soul heart and then also the school bag. So now we can pick up a second active item and run it with Esau Jr., which is very, very interesting because now we have the option to get something like a soul heart generator while still running Esau Jr. as a sort of backup emergency activation that we need. Currently, thanks to Squeezy and also thanks to Consolation Prize, we don't necessarily have to turn into Esau Jr. yet. I think that this is just buying us time to get more items for us. We're kind of out of the danger zone right now, and we'll use Esau Jr. when the appropriate measures are needed. But right now, I think we're okay. We can keep accumulating items so we get a better build or just a more varied build whenever we do eventually turn into Esau Jr. There we go. You get an angel deal here. Yeah, that'll work. That'll do, pig. That'll do. Now we got to go all the way back over to the cursed room. Since we have Holy Mantle now, we have no fear of curse rooms. Holy Mantle will give us a shield that protects us from getting hit once per room. And then in order for us to regain it back, we just simply walk out of the room or clear the room and move on. And we got a stars card, which will help us on the next floor. Maybe even get us a free challenge room. So extremely good second floor here. Angel Deal is really making a case here. And, you know, sometimes Stanley just needs a break. He needs to be put in timeout. Let him think about what he's done. Because lately he's been giving us some doo-doo devil deals. Although the devil deal in this episode would have been nice having Incubus, but we didn't have the HP. All right, so no curse room immediately. But we've got a solid base here for a good run. Our stats are acceptable, not great, but they're acceptable for right now. Movement speed could use a little bit of work. Obviously, more damage is always better. We're half away. We're half a point away from being maxed out on our tears rate at the soft cap of 5, so I'm down with that. And we got the compass, too, which is going to help us out and cut down on the Invicta navigation and full clearing, allowing us to have a little bit of a safer time in our journey through the levels. I'm actually recording this on Monday night, so there's no queue right now in the videos, not even with Ball Pit or Mega Bonk, and at the time of this recording, I have slated at least 5 videos I have to record tonight, just so everyone has their uninterrupted content, especially for Thursday. I'm basically shooting for recording enough videos until Thursday for today, which means I'm going to be recording for the next 6 hours at least, I would say. Depending on Mega Bonk. There are times where Mega Bonk just doesn't go its way and requires a couple of do-overs. More than a few times, actually, which, again, is the reason why I'm kind of falling out of like with that game. It's a little bit annoying to record for a series because, let's be honest, no one wants to see a run kind of flounder around for 30 minutes and then just like, well, we died on the second level, so I guess it's over now. I'm sure some people wouldn't mind that, obviously, but I have a little bit of a higher standard when it comes to content. I want to produce content that I would want to watch myself. And seeing my favorite streamer or YouTuber play a game, have really bad runs, and then say, well, that's the time limit, I guess it's over, better luck tomorrow, is not the type of content I think people want to watch. So they might be asking yourself, how come I didn't use the stars card to get in there and save the key? It's because I'm waiting for a challenge room opportunity. We have a very, very slim shot of making boss rush, although I would be surprised if we did with this damage level. Only thing that keeps it in the realm of slight possibility is the fact that we have mapping. Compass is going to help out dramatically with that effect. And we also get Infestation 2, which is an excellent item. Added in Afterbirth Plus, I believe. And it will spawn an attack spider every single time that we kill an enemy. Yep, that cross shot always gets me every single time. Whenever they line up their attacks like that, they always get me. Eternal Heart's fine. Have to be careful about the Eternal Heart getting put in front of the Bone Heart. See there, our movement speed's a little bit lacking. Okay, well, the game took care of it for us. Thank you, game. Yeah, there is a curse room over here, so the prospect of boss rush is very quickly fading here. So I think what I'm going to do, just to try to expedite the process here, is actually use the stars card. Even though I wasn't in a challenge room, and there is one on this floor. Trying to make it is ideal here. But don't get it twisted. We most likely are not going to make this boss rush. I do some fancy dodging in this room here. It's only a matter of time. Okay. Don't know how our damage wasn't high enough to take out that champion. Now, I am planning on hitting Esau Jr. probably on Depths 2. Can't believe we're out of bombs and keys again. Oh, I didn't even see these spiders down there. Looking at the top of the screen, and then the Necropolis overlay kind of blocked it. Yeah, so boss rush ain't happening. And also, yes, I know. I keep forgetting that. Trust me, it didn't used to be like this. In my defense, it did not used to be like this. But I know that I keep forgetting that Void and Black Runes do not affect more than one pedestal item at a time. In my brain, I keep thinking that for some reason that was changed in a recent patch. But apparently it was not. And I just kind of imagined that. So, you know, it's probably going to happen again. Let's just be honest. That's just how I work. But in the glory days, in the past, in the golden era, before pre-repentance era, it was a magical time to be alive where voiding multiple item pedestals voided all the item pedestals as you would expect it to do. And that was part of the no fun expansion that is repentance that we gained, for better or for worse, mostly worse. And that was quickly nerfed. So one of the first surprising cuts. But I swear to you, I thought that there was a patch recently in Repentance Plus that undid that. That's the only reason why that keeps happening. We're most likely not going to get another Angel Deal or Devil Deal until Depths 2. Because a 67.6% chance is not good enough to guarantee anything, as you all know. And some people, I talked about it on the stream last week. That kind of statement, I don't know if some people misconstrue as complaining. And when I feel like I've been doing a pretty good job at cutting down on the whinging. But, you know, with me saying stuff like that, I'm not complaining. I'm just telling it as it is. We all know that 67% in this game does not mean you're guaranteed anything. Just bottom line, especially if you're dealing with my kind of luck. You know, that's just the harsh truth to it. But we did get Purity, and that's a good item. And it's like I said on stream, it's hard to tell what's just rage baiting these days and what's not. It's definitely a little infuriating to feel like, you know, you've been improving on something, and then one guy comes along and says, "Oh my God, there's just so much complaining in today's episode," when I feel like I did none. And so I don't know if people are just misconstrue stuff, thinking that, like, well, yeah, you know, it's navigation sucks, but it's just part of the game. Or odds suck, but that's just probabilities, you know, like that sort of thing. You gotta remember, I do this for a living. I gotta speak whatever's on my mind all the time, especially in a no editing environment. So it's very easy for me just to go pure stream of consciousness, like we were answering in the other day, and say, yeah, like, this is how it is, man. Take it or leave it. I don't know what you want me to say other than to tell you the truth about what's going on here. One nickel is not going to matter here. We could go in the shop, but again, we don't have enough money to really make a difference. I don't know why my brain went there, but it's something that someone had said last week or something, and it's like, I really don't feel like it's as bad as it has been in the past. I think that a lot of me just stating the current state of things gets misconstrued in a way where people take it as like, oh my god. And then again, you factor in the whole rage baiting thing. Who knows these days, man? I just keep doing what I'm doing. Try to improve on things, make people enjoy the videos more, think of new games to play. There's no real set topic I talk about. It's just kind of, yeah, this is the situation we're in. Right now, having Pisces plus Purity is going to be nice for our Tears rate. If we get the blue aura, which we don't currently have. We have the movement speed aura. And we're going to see what we get from here. If we get a double deal. And if we don't, then we'll hit Esau Jr. on the next floor, and then what we get is what we get. That was very close there. Follow that tier all the way down the screen. Can't do that. Don't let your eyes lead where your fingers are going to go. And we get Holy Grail, which is going to give us 2 or 3 Seraphim and also give us flying, but again, not really the item we're looking for. So maybe Esau Jr. draws a good damage item here. We'll find out on the next floor. Curse the Blind. Thankfully, it doesn't make Esau Jr.'s items blind. It's just, it makes this floor just untakeable, except for our boss item. And we have Tech Point 5. Pretty good damage for Tech Point 5. Nothing too impressive except X-ray specs, which is interesting, but not an end-all be-all here. So I would say, oh, we have sulfuric acid too. I just now realized that from the door being opened. So not really a fantastic roll, but again, it's 3 soul hearts that if we need it in a bind, then you know, we can get it. But obviously our main priority here is going to be on Eden, who doesn't have that much. Technically speaking, I mean, Esau Jr. has better damage than Eden. That's saying a lot, as Eden's been the main focus of this run, obviously. But it shows you also what little damage upgrades we've gotten, and that seems to be a trend lately in these runs. We haven't really been getting a lot of help in the damage side of things here. But now with us having flying on our own without us needing Esau Jr., there's very little reason to start or turn into Esau Jr. unless under the most dire circumstances. So at least we know what we're working with on him. And if we need, hopefully we won't need Esau Jr. again, but if we need it, it's going to be one of those things that thank goodness we have it type deal. Just looking for soul hearts, not really interested in taking any secret new items on Curse the Blind. Just skipping rooms that we don't need. We don't have another active item to be charging, so there's no real point into doing those, except maybe for the room clear rewards, but those are so random and unpredictable that it's not really... I don't ever play predicting that we're going to get... Excuse me, game? We're missing half of a soul heart here, buddy. Right. Oh, there's a... Wait, there's a bone heart there? Huh, okay. I'll have to report that to Zombolas because it's definitely a visual bug. That was very weird. A blood bag. All right. Well, if anything, we can turn into Esau Jr. and go grab that half soul heart. Right before Blastocyst dies. Actually, no, that would be stupid because if we get a double deal, then it'll go on Esau Jr., so never mind. X-nay that idea. And didn't matter anyway. Been playing a lot more. I know I keep talking about it, and people are probably sick of it, but playing a lot more Chaos Zero Nightmare. It's seriously incredible. Plan on doing gaming content, gaming channel content when I can. Obviously, my plate's pretty loaded for the night. And you'll forgive me for making maybe slightly shorter videos for the first half of this week with the holidays coming up and family coming in town and that stuff. I want to make sure that we don't have any interruption at all. So if it weren't for me talking about this week being the Thanksgiving holiday week, that you wouldn't even notice. But obviously, it's kind of hard for me to not talk about stuff. You know, I like keeping people updated to a certain extent and what's going on, what games I'm playing, what's happening around the Victa household, and I think it provides a little flair of realism in a world that's getting less and less real these days. I swear, there's something in the water right now. Because ever since I've started playing Mega Bonk and covering on the channel, this kind of happened as well when I did Vampire Survivors, not Vampire Survivors, 20 Minutes Till Dusk or 10 Minutes Till Dusk, whatever it was called, a Vampire Survivors-like game with the waifus. 20 Minutes Till Dawn, I think was what it's called. Anyway, it happened during that time too, where as soon as I start playing a Survivors-like, I start getting inundated with people sending me emails and keys talking about, oh, you should try this Survivors like. And meaning no disrespect to any of those developers, but just let me know when you're ready, game. Anyway, I see a lot of Survivor-esque Vampire Survivors likes look a lot of the same. I mean, very, very similar in design, in the UI. I mean, everything looks very, very, very samey. And again, prefacing this by saying I mean no disrespect, but a lot of those titles have such similar wording in their emails and their promo emails, and the way, just the verbiage and the general candor of the emailer. They all sound the same. They all look the same. And I was talking to Ryan the other day, Northern Lion, and I was like, you know, it kind of feels like everyone just put an idea into a generator and let AI did everything, like the coding and the emails and everything. And I won't tell you what he said, but I feel there's something off about that. I understand that playing a game, a trending sort of game like Mega Bonk, spawns new ideas and that sort of stuff, and that's cool. That's how gaming is productive. But it's just uncanny how similar sounding these emails sound, and also how similar looking these games look. And I've never really seen this level of similarities before in solo developers sending me emails ever. And it's hard to kind of shake the feeling that as automatic design, putting it lightly, becomes more and more prevalent in games, it's hard to shake that feeling like, I don't know if this was... It's just hard to tell. It blurs the line between knowing what was actually made and which was just like, ChatGPT, give me this is what I want for a game, program it. It's like, sure. You know what I mean? That's what I'm referring to when I say it. I like to portray a real person in a increasingly more not so real world, because I can't even trust some of the emails I receive from people. Now, I will say that there are developers who have legitimate looking games that look really good, or at least interesting. You know, maybe not I'm not saying I'm going to play them, but I appreciate the attention and the thought of people sending me game keys and stuff. I just simply don't have the time nor means, nor am I. It's a weird. It's not a weird thing. It's just a contractual thing too when it comes to promoting stuff. I can't do it pro bono. And there's a certain level of I don't want to say legal stuff because it's not that serious, but I'm supposed to go through the agency first. Put it that way. It's the most simplified explanation for that. So, yeah, but there's a couple of those games that look actually unique. Soulstone Survivors is definitely that one. That one brings up a very unique situation, and also, of course, the newest one, Ember and Blade. That game's incredible. I still need to play more than that. I feel really bad because I told the developers that I would be doing a follow-up video, and they were really, really happy with the coverage that I did. Initially, those I'm not under NDA now, so I don't have to worry about talking about it. But initially, the sponsors did not want that type of. They didn't want a long play. They wanted a really heavily edited, show the highlights, show the cool things type deal. And my agent told them and informed them that, that's not really how I do things. I do things just totally organic, speaking from the mind. But I always provide it in a professional way. No swearing, no high risk commentary about social stuff or anything like that. Just stick strictly to the game. And so they were a little uneasy, but after they saw that stream and also that the stream VOD that I posted on YouTube, they were very, very happy. And I told them I legitimately enjoyed the game, and I was feeding them the analytics and that sort of thing, which all goes back to saying thank you all here in the Mosh Pit for supporting that sponsored video. I know that there's still some people out there who get kind of an icky feeling when it comes to their streamers or YouTubers being sponsored by stuff, but I try to just be totally honest with people. I just let them know, hey, look, this is a sponsored deal, but I think you're going to like the game anyway. We'll take the Loki's horns. So we might have gotten a good shortcut here. Yeah, tinted rock. Look at that. Oh, but no bombs. Foolish me to think that we've gotten a shortcut. Touche game. Touche. We did get the bomb here, and just sort of a kind of a normal run here. Nothing too impressive. It's unfortunate that us having a 4.5 volt and not getting another active item didn't pan out to really anything, as we did have a very solid start to this one. But at the end of the day, it's just a solid Eden run. Good way to start off, to kick off the recording session, and also to head on into the day before Thanksgiving, which I get more excited every time we get to Thanksgiving. I really do. Kidney Stone's going to be able to take us through to the edge here, or to the end, I should say, not the edge. Hopefully not the edge. So thank you for watching, everybody. Again, I really appreciate all the support on these videos each and every day. I hope you all just have a fantastic holiday week. And of course, those of you who don't celebrate Thanksgiving or you don't even know what it is, then I just hope you have a great start to your week here. It's looking good so far. So I've got a lot more stuff to record tonight, and playing some Mega Bonk, playing some Ball Pit, of course. Ball Pit's been doing numbers. It's been doing very well. It's that out of all the series, all the side series I've done over the past few years now, that runs parallel to Isaac, none of them have really taken off like Mega Bonk did, but Ball Pit has also kind of been setting a standard for a series that's just getting stronger and stronger as time goes on. More people are checking it out. The algorithm's recommending it to me more people, and that's cool. I love that because it's a game that I really like as well. So lots of good stuff, lots of good content coming down the pipeline. Thank you for watching, everyone. Hope you enjoyed it. And as always, I'll see you all next time. Until then, so long, everybody. Thanks for watching this video. Like thanks to patrons of mine like Connor Kellenhofer, Jaden Fright, Grumpy, and Nitzan Harrell. If you'd like to have your name read at the end of an Isaac episode, check out my Patreon campaign, which you can find at patreon.com/Invicta.